Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to give my opinion on funding talent, go a bit over the history, some of the controversies they've caught up in, and why I think they are now establishing themselves as one of the top prop trading firms in the industry. Before we get going, please hit the subscribe button, give the video a nice big thumbs up, and if you've got anything to add, please comment down below. I do read them all and I'll try and reply to everyone I can. Funding Talent was launched in about September 2020 by Jessica Garney. Now, she already had a website called Forex Tips 101, as well as a YouTube channel called Jessica Forex, and she still posts on there regularly, as well as doing new videos sort of on a weekly basis around candlestick patterns and sort of trade breakdowns, etc. It's always good to go and have a see what she's done in the past, and therefore get a feel for her past personality. So when I first started, rather than opening up the floodgates to thousands of people wanting to get onto the challenge model, they actually limited it to a certain number per day. And therefore, for me, that was actually a good idea. They actually managed to establish their back-end processes, their support teams, give them some time to actually build on all the things they had to do and build the brand of Funding Talent to be much more established as they are now. You can also see that in their YouTube channels as well as their website, how they've grown more organically and built up over time just to give a much better presence in the market. There's a bit of negativity a few months ago when they actually admitted how they funded their traders and how the business model worked. Now, I think a lot of people believed that when you got funded, there was really $100,000 in an account you had access to and just mirrored what you're doing on a demo account. The reality is they were taking the money from the failed traders, banking that, and then paying that on to the successful traders. Now, I have no problem with that at all. And I think the transparency they actually showed in that time was actually quite good. And for me, that actually improved their reputation and standing in the prop trading firms, purely because of the honesty they had, rather than all the smoke and mirrors by saying, yes, we have millions of pounds, all of traders' money ring fenced over here. The reality is, this is how prop trading firms are working now. They have two routes to funding, flex account or challenge account. Now, the flex account is effectively almost like a direct funding. You can have value of accounts from $25,000 up to $300,000, and you trade that and you get a bi-weekly talent bonus, which is effectively 10% of the profits made on that account. You're still subjected to the normal drawdown and max loss rules, so 5% daily, 10% max. And at the end of the month, they will obviously give the payout for the actual profit split, and then roll over the profits you made into an elite account. And when that gets to a certain level, you can trade that fully. But effectively, you're on a subscription model, so therefore, at the end of each month, the account gets reset back down to the starting value. You pay your subscription fee, and you start again, and hopefully get a bi-weekly payout of the profits you've made. Now, I actually did this particular model to start with and did get the elite account funded, but it was just too much effort and too much time, so I basically just left it alone. But although throughout the actual process of the many months I actually went through to get the full elite account, I did actually make more profit by the bi-weekly payouts than I actually did on the subscription fees. So although it's not ideal, it was actually a good starting model for me, and therefore I was able to prove that they were a genuine company and actually get payouts from them as well. So the challenge model is where I think most traders will want to pitch themselves for. It actually gets you a full funded account if you're able to pass the phase 1 and phase 2 of the challenges. And I think they've actually probably got the best set of parameters against all of the prop firms out there currently. So in phase 1 of the challenge, you need to make 8% profit target. In phase 2, you need to make 4%. Again, this is backed by the daily drawdown. So you've got 5% daily drawdown and 10% max loss. And although 5% daily drawdown probably isn't the biggest out there at the moment, I still think that's more than enough for most traders. If they're managing their risk correctly, that allows them not to get into too much trouble. This is where I think probably the biggest benefit of Funding Talent is. If you're able to get to the funded trader stage and the elite account, you're actually able to request your payouts bi-weekly. So on the 1st and the 15th of every month, you can submit a request to get your payouts. And the payouts are made either in PayPal or Bitcoin. And again, I think Bitcoin payouts is massively advantageous to a lot of companies because a lot of traders around the world are not able to get access to bank accounts or into PayPal. So I think Bitcoin is definitely a way forward for a lot of the prop trading firms to establish themselves in other regions they wouldn't normally have access to trading. So in summary, I think that the Funding Talent are pretty much at the top tier of prop firms at the moment. Since they launched almost a year ago, they haven't changed anything around the parameters. They've really stuck to their guns and really been consistent on what they do best. They've managed to improve their customer support teams behind the scenes. They've improved some of their back-end services. They've improved their websites and their YouTube channels. So they've made some big gains on all of the promotional side. They've obviously been paying out traders. We've seen lots of proof throughout YouTube and some Telegram groups of how people are getting their payouts. And I can also testify that I had my payouts when I was on the Flex Challenge, that I got my bi-weekly payouts all the time without any fuss at all. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how they grow and develop over the next few months and years, see how they're really able to adapt to the new prop firms coming on who are challenging the sort of #1 crown, and really if they're able to come up with anything new, anything fresh, or just really stick to that well-established business model, regular payouts, happy traders, and great support. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers!